Nanny, out on Amazon Prime, new horror film, feature debut of director Nikiatu Jusu. It follows a Senegalese immigrant living in New York. She's named Aisha. She's a young woman, has a son back in Senegal who she regularly communicates with over the internet and wants to bring him over to the US as soon as possible, but she needs to get enough money together for a plane ticket. She gets a job as a nanny for a wealthy family, and initially everything seems to be working out fine. She's got a great connection with the young daughter that she's taking care of. She meets a nice man working as a receptionist in the same building. All is well. But then small cracks begin to appear in the picture. Her employers forget to pay for her overtime. She's having a harder time to get in contact with her son. And she begins to feel this unsettling presence creeping into her life. That's the gist of it, and I don't want to reveal too much, but the angle of the film has quite a lot to do with the African folklore and beliefs in spirits and beings from other planes of existence, which I found pretty cool. Unfortunately, I felt that this interesting angle gets largely lost in a film that ends up pretty meandering and unfocused. For a very long time, it is unclear as to what is actually going to happen and what we should be concerned about and what the film is going for. Is the movie going to be about class warfare and social injustice, about racism, about immigration, about creepy kids, or maybe evil supernatural spirits? The film sort of went on and on, seemingly beginning to explore each of those angles, but then backing out again, never really committing in a way that would make it, interesting. In the end, it is primarily about the African lore, spirits, and the climax of the film sort of explains the things that were unclear before, but I felt that it was a little bit anticlimactic because of the way that it happens. Again, don't want to spoil anything, but there's also a bit of a tonal mismatch in the end where the ending of the film is super depressing all of a sudden, and then 5 minutes later it turns to hopeful, happy ending again via a quick montage. So it's pretty weird, and also it's actually not scary at all. I mean, it's technically been described and promoted as a horror film, but I think that's really unfair. It's more of a thriller or even drama with just a bit of a supernatural angle. It's certainly not terrifying at all. I did like the central performance from Anna Diop. I think she has a good screen presence, but in this case that just simply wasn't enough to save the movie. I think it had some potential to be interesting in the way it explores the beliefs and supernatural things and lore of a totally different culture, but it doesn't really deliver on that front, at least in my opinion, and just felt too meandering overall.